What is up, my friends? We are here at Universal Studios because there has been a lot of rumors, a lot of news.
A lot.
Everything has been happening for Halloween Horror Nights 35, which is the anniversary year.
Our last video, we've had 2 spec maps come out, and we're going to go over that a little later in this video.
Yeah.
We were fortunate enough to be able to attend the panel at
Yes.
MegaCon, which
Yes.
they dropped some awesome, huge, exciting information.
That being said, let's play the clip. And since then, we've had ticket drops, house announcements.
A spec map, a new spec map.
Well, since the last video that we did, we've had 2 spec maps. So I think it's time to talk about it and see what changes are done inside. And I don't know, come along if you want.
No, you do want. Come on, let's go. All right, so we have the Mardi Gras medallion down.
It looks so naked.
So naked.
I mean, but this is a good sign because it means that Halloween Horror Nights. Well, actually, don't we get another one before Halloween Horror Nights? Another medallion? Or
A summer medallion?
No. I think Halloween Horror Nights is the next medallion. I'm excited for that one. So, you know, they have plenty of space now to do it.
I'm hoping we got a couple bit of clip art during the panel that shows kind of like, it looks like we'll get that carnival look in the entrance of the archway with the lights, and hopefully they'll have some even carnival tent drapage, maybe Oddfellows, you know, what is that called?
Carriage?
Oddfellows
Wagon?
carriage or trunk.
Yeah.
You know, very carnival-esque, because I remember 2007 Carnival of Nightmares. It was beautiful in the opening. So,
If you guys don't remember the iconic Monsters Cafe, that is now the Minions Cafe, well, we miss it dearly, and Universal knows that, and because of that, they gave us a nice little Easter egg treat.
we are standing in front of the extended queue for Transformers, and that is where they put this super cute, creepy concoctions bar. We've got some slushies. We've also got some mocktails with the slushies, but there's also a couple little cute Universal monsters like theming on it too.
Yeah, so essentially they have mocktails, I believe, but you can add
Yes,
a shot of your preference.
concoctions.
Yes, whether that is rum or tequila or whatever you like. And they also have our favorite bartenders too.
Yes.
All the Finnegans. So if you guys didn't know, Finnegans is closed for remodel.
Mhm.
And they had to obviously spread all of their team members. And they are pretty much everywhere around the park. Where we find our favorites, don't tell the rest, are here. Minigans, which we'll show you
in a
later.
moment.
And by the Simpsons area.
Yep.
So if you want to support your favorite Finnegans bartenders, you know where to go now. Don't say that we didn't teach you anything.
Have our creepy concoctions. Look at Frankenstein. Oh, you got a little creature on this side. How cute the bar. Yay!
Our favorite. Hey, girly.
So if you guys look right here, that sign, the brain freeze ahead, is actually a sign from the Monsters Cafe, the original Monsters Cafe. So if you come and check out the bar and get your creepy concoctions, take a look to the left-hand side, and that'll be an official sign from the old Monsters Cafe.
Cheers, my friends.
Yes, cheers.
We got our drinks.
So we got our drinks from the creepy concoctions, which is super cool.
Yeah. We also learned from the bartenders
Yes.
that, I mean, these are the same bartenders from Finnegan's, and we love to visit them, as we told you. But they also told us that they love working there because not only do they make slushies, but they can customize their slushies. So let's say you wanted a mango passion with a banana liqueur, they can do that. What if you want a strawberry with
Crown Royal?
Crown Royal, they can do that. So I mean, I think it's a perfect addition to the parks, and absolutely
Get your kids a drink, get you a
Right.
drink, because
Yes.
all the slushies are mocktails before they add alcohol in them. So,
I mean, they're absolutely delicious. Honestly, we needed a
They
slushy place here.
and
at
I got a beer
Universal,
because
so.
it's just, you know,
Well, she got Pacifico, which
is usually not common on draft, especially at Universal, but it's a very light beer, very good.
Yep.
So we did that. But now that we have our drinks, let's
Now
get
that
down to
yes,
business.
let's talk the real talk.
Yeah.
Which is, all the rumors, all the speculations, and specifically the spec max that just came out from
Easter.
yeah, from Fortnightmares, right?
Yep.
So we did see a lot of things that were repeated from the past couple of speculation maps.
Yep.
But in your opinion, what is getting you like the most hype? What are you looking at that you're like, man, I don't know what's happening here? Because I have my own opinions about some.
We both have our own opinions about some things, right? We've seen a couple repeat little icons on the spec maps, right? Like one is the upside down grandfather clock, which
You already know Stranger Things is coming. Listen,
we're not going to say officially because nothing is official till Universal releases it. However,
100%. It's a given. We've had it for the past 4 seasons. The season just ended. I think it's overdue that
Yeah.
we have a Stranger Things house. So I think that's just going to be one of those things where
let me
we're
just put this out there though. If they're going to do a Stranger Things house, please don't make it just Stranger Things 5. Give me like a Stranger Things universe compilation type vibe because
we want Demogorgons, okay? We want all of the Demogorgons. And
Oh.
I feel like we are, and this is a personal opinion, don't hang me for this, but I feel like we all have been doing a lot of like game IPs
Mhm.
instead of like horror movies, which like they have ended up being cool. Like we loved Fallout, we loved Last of Us, but it's just one of those things where you just like scratch your head and you're like, okay, I guess this is the rumor. You know?
What we aren't scratching our head at though is Sinners. We all have seen the lighter with the 2 cigarettes,
Yes.
which is smoke and stack from what
Yes.
we can assume.
Right.
We're not going to say for sure, but if Sinners does come to Halloween Horror Nights this year, we will be very hyped
Again,
about it.
I have my own personal opinions about Sinners, and it's not bad, okay? Listen, I watched the movie 3 times, and not because I liked it that
She
much.
fell
I
asleep the
actually
first
fell
time.
asleep the first time. But that comes to say a lot about the movie,
100%,
right?
yeah.
The movie is not a movie that you suddenly get that action and that killing and that like
No.
horror or whatever. No, it kind of cooks a little bit, and
It does.
then it grabs you with it at the
It
end.
does.
So to me, it took me a minute, and I still wonder like how is this going to be a haunted house, right? I feel like the story of Sinners has such an underlying message
Yeah.
that it just making it about scaries and vampires will cheapen the plot, will cheapen the story, and will cheapen the lesson of Sinners. However, in my opinion, it will still be a really cool set.
And
to look
also
at.
compared to the other rumored IPs, I feel like it sits pretty high up there because unfortunately we are not 100% excited about all the rumored IPs that could possibly be coming. So with Sinners being possible, we have to be hyped about something.
No, of course. And I feel like that's another thing like speculation season is doing, which I think we'll talk about more later, or we can even dig into it right
Yeah.
now. I feel like speculation season has turned into this tit for tat, who knows what and who is right. When for us, speculation has always been like, oh, let me go ahead and take some time to not think about the actual event and plan my perfect HHN or see what I would come up with if I was
Yep.
doing HHN or like maybe like guesstimate what's happening. And I feel like this season has turned into this like I need to
This
leak the
war
information.
between who's first and who's right,
Right.
and who's this.
That's
So
not for us.
we will never
No.
we will never say that we are 100% right because we are those type of creators that will also always say that Universal is the last say. We can say up and down that we want this IP and we want that IP. However, I'm sure you guys know it takes a lot of contracts, negotiating, and to really acquire a full IP. So
It's a very complicated process. And listen, I am the devil's advocate. I will forever say that. I can see both sides of things, especially when you are looking into all of the investments that Universal Studios have done. A lot of people are complaining about like, oh, well, they're just making choices about money. Well, yeah, they just opened a huge park and that they're
Right.
still developing. And let's be real, Mardi Gras is amazing, and Universal and Islands of Adventure, they're great parks. But what really pulls the money in is
Halloween Horror Nights.
So they're gonna have to find a way to make that money to expand the parks for us.
Yes.
You know, so
No, 100%.
at some point I say, okay, whatever, but at another point I'm like, okay, Universal,
Yeah.
do better.
Another speculation, right? They have the book that is burning
Yes.
as one of the icon listed on the map. Most people are speculating this is Evil Dead Burn. To be honest, I am not a connoisseur of
Neither
the
am I.
Evil Dead franchise. I maybe have seen 2 movies. So here's my thing. I'll do the homework. If
Right.
that is possibly what's coming, I will do the homework, right? I know that they should be dropping a trailer for Evil Dead Burn
The movie
soon.
comes out this year, yeah.
And so maybe that will help the hype. Again, these are all speculations, so we don't know for sure.
After last year, and I call it the WWE phenomenon.
Yeah.
I can't really sit here and say this is a dumb concept. They
No.
shouldn't have done it because I said that. Sorry, because I was there last year with WWE. And that was the house that we did the most. Actually, that was our top house.
It was.
If we ever say anything. So we just need to take it a day by day. And honestly, just like, I don't know, not get married with the idea that something is coming.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, I feel like it kind of ruins the surprise and the announcement season.
100%.
I'm like a huge believer of like the announcement season.
Yeah.
I want to be there. I want to be impressed, and I
Yep.
want to be excited. And if you're already giving me the information that it's coming out, I'm not gonna feel as excited. And I feel like
Exactly.
we just need to chill.
Yeah.
Chill.
Chill.
We're good.
But we haven't even dipped into the original concepts that are speculated. That's honestly probably some of the hardest speculation houses of the whole process.
Yeah.
Because they pull original houses from all kinds of old concepts, storylines of lore, old pieces that were a poster in
Right.
in a house, you
Yeah.
know? So
Like we have Buzzdown, for instance, that has appeared at least 3 times.
Yeah.
In different aspects. Like we've had Slaughter Cinema that has created scare zones and houses and all kinds of things.
Correct.
So like it is very, very complicated to see where and how they would bring an original back and what ties into the storyline. However, being that it is an anniversary year with Oddfellow and Jack the Clown, I think that they have a direction. We just again don't know which one it is.
It's only April.
Right.
Okay, listen, the spec map can change so many ways.
Anytime. Anyways, also there is a new update on the Boris Schuster window, so
Yes, we're gonna
let's
go
go
look
ahead
that.
and see that. All right, you guys, welcome to the Boris Schuster window.
Something new has appeared on the board. Let's go check it out.
All right, you guys, so there are some news on the Boris Schuster window. And for those of you who don't know about Boris Schuster, he was introduced in 2008 when Bloody Mary was an icon. And he was in charge of investigating every single paranormal phenomenon happening at HHN. Ever since then, Boris Schuster has been kind of a staple for Halloween Horror Nights, giving us Easter eggs for the next tribute stores. So that's been happening for a good, almost 20 years now.
From what we can see up on that board, it kind of looks like a popcorn bag of some sort. There's a clown on the front. There's also something that says tribute brand, which usually what you see up on that board is tribute store clues. And, you know, could we get a little bit of a carnival type tribute store? Maybe, hopefully. Let's just not put it in the arcade this year. Last year's tribute store in the arcade just wasn't a tribute store. It seemed like an extended gift shop for the Mummy.
And it was also such a cluster with everybody
So
getting
clustered in
in,
there.
out. No, please.
Give us a real tribute
Universal,
store this
we love
year.
you.
It's an anniversary year.
Do us right.
Please.
I love you. All right, you guys, I think it's time for us to have a very, very serious conversation.
A very serious one.
Now that Finnegan's is closed,
Until the end of the year.
what are we going to do for Halloween Horror Nights?
I think I have an idea. You know that they had an Irish fish and chips booth right in the middle between like Hollywood and like where Transformers, right in front of Mel's Dine, right? That's where they put
Finnegan's. It's like a tiny Finnegan's, you know?
It is like a tiny Finnegan's. So they're going to keep it. And they've got the shepherd's pie, the beer cheese, the fish and chips. They also have a bar. So if you're looking for some of the good goodies from Finnegan's,
they have it here. And our favorite bartenders, too. So we're going to say hi to you. And maybe get a drink. I don't know.
Now that we're done at Minnigan's, you know, and we're walking towards the Cat Lady of Crooked Lane, it makes me think that I think a lot of people don't realize how much scare zones help the event tie in together.
Oh, absolutely. I think that scare zones are just as important as the haunted houses.
Maybe even more important.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think that an event will be just solely an event if you just have haunted houses. Which, like, makes me reminiscent, right, a lot about, like, last year's Cat Lady of Crooked Lane's house. Which not only it won Scare Zone of the Year last year, but we can also say that we agree on that decision. Based on the storyline, the way that they utilize the space in its entirety, and we would never see a house end up in a scare zone. And we saw a whole kill scene, a storyline starting from like beginning to end, where we saw transitions of these kids turning into cats. And like, I feel like scare zones are honestly, if I would be bold to say, kind of the heart of HHN.
I mean, to be honest, you spend more time in the scare zones than you do in the houses. The houses maybe are about a 5 to 6 minute run through.
I mean, it depends. If you're waiting for Five Nights at Freddy, you would spend more time on that line.
That was going to be my next statement. But I feel like Cat Lady Freaker Lane was the best use of this space, especially here in Central Park.
Yes, we definitely spent a lot of time here, for sure.
Which, honestly, honey, brings me to my next thought. Should we go into that?
Let's go into it.
Okay.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room.
Or the Fortnightmare in the room.
That was a good one. As we all know, there has been some high speculations, high rumors, a lot of talk about this Fortnightmare scare zone or whatever we're having. And we have thoughts, we have words.
We have lots of thoughts.
Listen, again, I am going to start with this one because I'm going to be the devil's advocate. This is
You
quick
always
and
are.
easy and simple, okay? I understand that Universal needs to make its money. There might be some decisions based on money making, and I completely understand that because we have opened up Epic, like I said before, and they do need that financial backup.
But let's just not say money making. Because in reality, we also know that generations change. And we know that we would love the event to have longevity, right? So we do know that it is important to bring in new generations. Because that's just, I guess, what they gotta do.
We might be old people here, okay? We might be the people who are like, damn, you can't get with the new times, and we're gonna accept that here.
If you guys don't know, just so we know, let's touch on the age that we are, just so we know. We are at the tail end of millennials. Okay, so
if you really want to know, I'm 39.
Yeah, I'm 36. So we're on the tail end of millennials.
And while we do understand that there is innovation and moving forward, Fortnightmares is not hitting.
It's not hitting. And here's my thing, right? I think a lot of people, and we did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
When we heard Fortnightmares, I was like, what in the freak are they talking about?
Right. I didn't even know that they had scary characters in it, right? Like, and there was a talk about the IPL collection of IP. This is the way that we're going to get Ghostface, or this is the way that we're going to get Michael Myers, or maybe even, Art the Clown again. But, like, really, is it? Because
there's a lot of things I think that people don't understand, right? I will say that when we first heard about the Fortnightmares, I went instantly on my daughter's Switch and was like, I need to download this game because I need to understand what the heck and why the hype is around it.
We even went on YouTube and watched gameplay for Fortnite to understand it.
I think what people don't get, and I think that what's hard, because instantly we were like, oh my god, this is the way we get the slashers that we want, right? We could get Ghostface because there's what Fortnightmares is. If you guys don't know, it is a video game, but it also has it's a moneymaker, to be real.
It's skins.
A lot of parents have to put credit cards down so that their children can buy skins.
And what skins are essentially is just outfits for your outfits character. That are the character, right? That resemble another character. So in the game, you can play as Ghostface and Michael Myers and attack stormtroopers or whatever. And that adding to that, right, with the thought of like how many characters and IPs that Fortnite have or how many skins, like thinking of IP at precision, which I think that's something that you wanted to go with.
That's what I was going with, yeah.
It doesn't work as easy as just going to Fortnite and being like, hey, can I have every single character that you have?
Yeah, you can't acquire the IP of Fortnite through Epic Games and just assume that every skin that they provide is going to be provided in that scare zone, right? Because each one of those skins has their own intellectual property and their own contract and their own way of doing things. So it's when people hear, Fortnitemares, they're like, oh, cool. Like, it could be a dope concept in a sense of the skins aspect, right? But how do we know that Halloween Horror Nights has acquired the rights to those skins?
To what we're thinking of coming, right? So, again, we don't know anything that's going to happen until Universal puts it out. And while this might be causing controversy and talk about the event, and it might be working in a marketing aspect for everybody to talk about Halloween Horror Nights,
I really hope it's not true.
I just, man, and listen,
I really hope it's not
if they're going to do it, I agree with everybody else. Put it on Club Horror. Put it on Club Horror.
Or actually, since we're going to touch on Club Horror, let's also touch on the Fountain Show, right? Because that's also in the spec map. That the Fountain Show is coming back.
Yes, and I'm going to stop you right there.
Okay.
Because if you're going to suggest that they change the Fountain Show from the original speculation that is Stranger Things.
Hold on, let me get there.
Okay.
Let me get there. Here's my thing,
Let
right?
it cook.
Right. And I'm saying cook because I feel like I have to think of some sort of extra ability, like how they're going to use this IP,
Mhm.
right? And I feel like using it in a scare zone, I love you, Universal, but I don't think it's the smartest option.
It's such a waste.
Okay, so here's my thing. Club Horror, best option would be Club Horror, right?
Put it
Because
there.
what do they do in the game is they dance. I mean, they have guns and stuff. I know they're
Yeah.
like weird guns and stuff, but they do have guns, and it's like I can't speak on it.
Listen,
Sorry, Fortnite
I'm not,
people,
yeah.
but I think that Club Horror would be great to put them in if that's what they're going to use. If they have to use the IP,
Right.
I know that you're going to say no to this because there has been heavily rumored speculation that the Lagoon show is going to be IP based. We've heard a lot of things about Stranger Things coming to the Lagoon show, which would be really cool.
Listen, it would be the one time that you get me to sit down to watch the Lagoon show.
Yes.
To be honest, really
Yes.
honestly, I'm not. We all have our likes and we all have our things, and I'm not discounting the people who will sit down and watch the Lagoon show. Even last year's Lagoon show, we never even touched it once last year. But if you give me a Demogorgon display where I can see the sky red and I'm sad. I'm sad.
I mean, here's
I'm
my thing,
sad.
right? We do think that Stranger Things is coming to the event.
Right.
I do think that it's a little bit overkill for an anniversary year to have a Stranger Things house as well as a Lagoon show, personally.
Okay.
I think it's
can
a little
agree.
bit overkill.
I can agree.
The only way I see them doing that is if they do a Stranger Things 5 solely based house, solely Stranger Things 5. And then the show is the compilation of all 5 seasons. However, I still think it's overkill Stranger Things when it's an anniversary year.
True.
If you guys don't know anniversary years, this is my 22nd year coming to Halloween Horror Nights. Most anniversary years are heavily original based, right? So when they announced Jack the Clown and Dr. Oddfellow coming back as icons, it was incredible. It's incredible, right?
Right, of course.
So in our thought is most of the time when they do anniversary years, it is very heavy original lore based.
Mm-hmm.
This year, however, for the 35th anniversary, seems very IP heavy based, which is a very different turnaround.
Right.
Than what Halloween Horror Nights has done in the past for anniversary years.
It is definitely a combination between, I think that Universal is facing right now a very strong division of where do we go? Do we, fully cater to our old school fan base who have been here for the past 35 years and give them what they want, knowing that we have financial decisions to make? Or do we make those financial decisions hoping that everybody is still loyal to the event?
Well, it's interesting because during the panel we watched for MegaCon, they made a statement. Michael Aiello and them on the stage made a statement saying that they are taking old concepts and revamping them new for newcomers to the event. Because as we all know, once you come once to Halloween Horror Nights, even if you're not a horror fan, you're hooked. And so I think that we all have to keep that in mind while speculating because even original concepts, right? You have Jack the Clown that came out in this incredible new fit, right? Like pretty much a mix-up of all Jack the Clowns, and I even think including Jack Schmidt, which hopefully we'll see in the house.
Oh, we'll definitely see
for Chaos and Control.
That. Absolutely, they confirmed that.
We can see even Dr. Oddfellow, right? He now is in a bluish kind of blurple coat that is away from his red ringmaster. So we now see who is in charge of kind of the sides of the ringmasters of fear, right? And so I do think that thinking about this event and thinking how they're going to develop it,
the revamping of the new old concepts, right? That's something that you're mentioning right now. It's essentially something that we have to, I guess, take in consideration when it comes to the speculation things. Here's the thing, and put me in a witch burner. I don't care what you do. But my thing is right now with the speculation thing though, it's what's happening. It's that we're basing it a lot on trust me, bro. Right? I understand that these speculation maps have been 60% accurate or whatever accurate, but at the end of the day, we don't know anything until Universal actually puts it out. So no matter how many discussions we have about these speculations and about these ideas that we have, nothing is going to be solidified until they announce it, and we won't know really honestly the why until it's released. So while we are spending time here thinking or discussing this Fortnightmare and whatever speculations that we're not liking, we might be just also wasting time.
I know, but also I do think that what's been heavily rumored has been a very heavy IP based year. I mean, at this point, we're also heavily rumored the Killer Clowns from Outer Space coming in the New York scare zone. I hate to say I love Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I truly do. But if you're going to give me Fortnightmares in Central Park, and then
Mhm.
you're going to give me Killer Clowns in New York.
No,
That's
you're
two
overkilling
scare
it.
zones
You're overkilling it.
that are IP based. You're also going to then, and this is all heavily rumored,
Mhm.
if what's rumored is coming, that will be two IP heavy scare zones on top of the Stranger Things Lagoon show, which is another IP.
Mhm.
Where is your original aspect? What point of scare zones? Listen, we've had IP scare zones before. Killer Clowns have been in scare zone before. My thing
Blumhouse
is exactly
is a scare
Blumhouse, but
zone.
but it's an anniversary year. That's where I fall in the not understanding why the decisions are being made the way they are, because I do understand the money and I do understand bringing in a new generation and different types of stuff, but I can't understand why on an anniversary year you're going to throw so many IPs in all the zones.
And again, I sit here and I want to share that, but I can't share that feeling until it's confirmed by Universal.
True.
And on top of that, I'm gonna double down and say that even if it is a thing, I got humbled very, very quickly last year. Again,
Yes.
WWE. I am not going to knock down that experience that I had where that house came out. And I almost cried. I was like, this is going to be a waste of a house. I don't understand it. Why the would they do
We're
that?
not WWE fans, by the way, so
We
that's
know.
why when they announced WWE, we were like, what the heck are they going to do with that?
And then we spent the time.
We researched.
We understood. And we did that house over 30 times.
It became our favorite house of the
It
year.
became my favorite. So once again, I love the speculation season. Speculation seasons should be more of a, hey, let's all get together and like kind of like imagine what would we like to see at an HHN, and not just like, oh, I'm just gonna leak this information right now so everybody can be stressed about it, right? I feel like we're stressed about something that hasn't been confirmed by Universal.
Correct.
And
well, I'm not stressed about it.
Well,
I would say I'm hopeful.
I am.
I wouldn't say stressed. I would say I'm hopeful that what some of the rumors are not going to be what is actually happening.
But again, at the end of the day, we should not raise any concerns until it happens or until it's confirmed or not confirmed from Universal. I think that it's going to be a great year, which whatever happens, I trust them with their creative process because they have done amazing in past years. And if they drop the ball this year, they will hear it from us. That's for sure.
Well, of course they
will. And everybody else.
And everybody else.
But anyways, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Leave them down in the comments.
Yeah.
How is speculation season doing for you? Are you guys thinking that these are the things that are coming? I know there's 2 speculation maps. There's another one with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which crucified me for this one. I want it back. I know that a lot of people don't want it back, but I've never experienced it ever, not once. And I've heard
experienced it.
Amazing things, but I've heard amazing things from everybody that has experienced it, and I don't want to be cheated out of that.
I'd rather Scarecrow the Reaping come back. That was the scariest house I ever went into.
Listen, I thought that this year we would have Psycho. I would love an Albert Hitchcock.
An Alfred Hitchcock
I would love
compilation of things.
Absolutely.
I mean, it would be dope.
I would love it. Listen, if I could plan the perfect HHN, I would have Psycho, The Mummy. I would have Amazonians from Planet Hell, which is like the aliens and cowboy thing that everybody's expecting. I would like to see Amazonians from Planet Hell, something that has been kind of Easter egged on Slaughter Cinema. So like I thought that may be coming back. I would like to see The Thing. I would love to see Sinners. Like we all have our own speculations, but Universal is the one that does the picking. What would you like to see if you had to plan your perfect HHN?
Well, see, I think that we should still bring back Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
I agree.
I think that's honestly, I've been 22 years. I think that that's my biggest house I would love to see, honestly.
So you just have one.
I've had a lot of,
request.
We've had a lot of Halloween houses, okay?
Yeah, true.
And I think that we've not done Season of the Witch, and I think that it would be great. I think that people are sometimes, I know that it's not very popular. A lot of people like the slashers vibe because they think it's whack and whatever. Although I'm a slasher fan, so for me, I feel like Michael Myers' Season of the Witch, Halloween 3 would be dope to come to the event, truthfully.
Listen, I would even dare to say like I would love to see an As Above, So Below house.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. I would love to see a Midsummer house.
That would be quite interesting how they would do that.
Very interesting. But like even seeing Gawkin yesterday, how like they do like ritualistic type things. True. I would love to see it. Even like combination of Fallout with like big open spaces.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyways, enough ranting. We have been here long enough. What do you guys think? How are you guys dealing with the speculation season? What would you guys like to see? Are you guys agreeing with what's happening on the speculation maps? Are you not? Are you throwing your fist in the air with Fortnightmares like we are, leave it down in the comments. And if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share. We're always here at Halloween Horror Nights, or we're always here at Universal Studios, and we are HHN baddies.
That's right.
Or we
should get that on a shirt.
Yes. We would like to self-proclaim ourselves as HHN baddies.
There you go.
You know. Anyways, until next time.
See you in the parks.